the bringer. This was the night of death. The night we pulled up the last roots of our love together, then collapsed, bodies and souls broken, and breathed our last breath as one. We turned our backs, leaving behind the ruins of who we had been together, or rather, of who we had become. I am defeated and devastated, partly by my own hand, my own anger and foolishness. When I was vengeful and unforgiving, when I blamed you instead of admitting my own mistakes, when I didn't say, I'm sorry. I forgot that when love is in danger of failing, it is held strong by faith. I forgot that hopeful actions can bind wounds, and that hateful actions kill. This was the night of grief, the night I entered the valley of shadows. I was destroyed. I was devastated. There was no comfort. I was so afraid. A union had ended, and that is a death. There are funerals when the dead leave the living. There should be funerals when any deep bond dies. I had lost love. I needed someone to pray over the dead. I needed someone to help me roll the stone over the tomb. I needed someone to hold me and bring me food. I needed flowers and cards and phone calls. I cried. Now is the time to weep. Now is the time to mourn. But no one answered. Finding comfort was like running after the wind. I was exhausted. Everything was meaningless. This was the night of loneliness. The night I walked wounded and lost. Absence my only companion. I could have walked until my feet were broken, but I would not have cared. My heart had been cut out, and tears raked deep furrows down my face. If you had touched my skin, I would not have felt it. If you had spoken my name, I would not have heard it. If you had shown me a different path, I would not have seen it. I did not know how I lived because my spirit had departed. This was the day of prayer. The day I stood up, miserable and angry, and made my demands to God. There can be no more of this. Can't you see that I'm injured? Don't you hear me weeping night and day? Where are you now, O great physician? How long must I wrestle with this pain? How long until my wounds are bound? How long do you think I can survive such great sorrow? My grief is putting me in the grave. I cannot live like this. I will not live like this. This is the day of hope. The day I answered the door to a messenger, spirited and bold. The day I answer the door to hope, and it says, you called. Uncertain I tell it to go away. But it is as stubborn as only hope can be. In short, it won't leave. I doubt, but I want to have faith. I'm afraid, but I want to move forward. I question, but I want to trust. The stubborn promise of hope gives me the strength to heal. It makes me aware of the depth and certainty of a love which does not end, will never end, and that can lead the way. This is the day of new life. The day when light is birthed into the darkness and the promise of what is holy and true breaks through. This does not mean I will forget the pain. I will honor my memories. I will remember the agony of death. I will visit the grave and grieve. I will recall the loneliness I felt and my prayer of desperation. I still have my scars, and I do not hide them. They are sacred. They serve as strong anchors for the days to come. This is the day of good news. The day I become the bringer of good news, the one who will help you bury the dead and comfort you, the one who will be your companion when you are lonely, the one who will bind your wounds and join you in prayer, the one who will tell you there is hope and to have faith, the one who will tell you that you are loved with a love that can breathe life into death. In that region, there were shepherds living in the fields, keeping watch over their flock by night. Then an angel of the Lord stood before them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid, for see, I am bringing you good news of great joy for all the people. To you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is the Christ, the Lord. This will be a sign for you. You will find a child wrapped in bands of cloth